There's a beautiful and magical message coming through for someone. And this has to do with your intuition and your creativity, your protection. And it feels like Spirit is reminding you of your creative intelligence, your brilliance, your uniqueness, and that it is very sought after. Okay, it feels like it might be sought after by a few energies that are illuminated, I'm hearing. Okay, so maybe you can see these energies or you're aware of them, or perhaps they're waking up in some way. They're becoming more conscious about something related to you. But these energies want to descend on you to figure out your mystery. This is what I'm getting. And I got a huge, big message here. And it began with a few messages that came through. And I wasn't really sure what they are. I'm still not too sure what they're alluding to. So take them however they make sense to you. Hopefully this isn't too loud here. But the first one was, when life slips through the cracks, you will find the future or fortune. I wasn't sure whether it was future or fortune, and I couldn't get the word clearly. So when life slips through the cracks, you will find the future or fortune untold. So it felt like to me initially, perhaps you're experiencing a moment in time where you feel like things are piling up, where you're not handling things that you feel you ought to handle, or time seems to be slipping away from you. You feel as though you haven't had any inspiring or monumental moments or situations and experiences that could mark your progression through time in a way that makes you feel like you're on a trajectory to your own fullness. This is what I'm getting. But that's not true. Because it's these moments in time, these feelings of despair I'm hearing, but also of slipping through the cracks, of something slipping away, going unseen, even a sense of something devolving, where you find insights or information to your own future and your own fortune that has yet to be told to you. Okay, I hope this is making sense because I'm channeling information on the fly here, okay? So bear with me. But it feels like Spirit is saying, embrace those moments of heaviness that you feel, where things feel uncertain, and you may even hit a speed bump and you're like, whoa, I got slowed down. I was moving forward. Everything was going fine. And now things are slowing down. And this road is now a little bit more bumpy than I anticipated. But there's something in that feeling of being pulled back a little bit, or sinking, even like a sinking feeling, or just the need to pause. Critically, I'm hearing to critically pause, or maybe you're in a critical position in your life. Something's going on. It's critical and you have to take a pause. But it's that time, it's this energy that is letting you sink into the cracks so that you can see something underneath that has no words yet. It's like you're going to discover something. And this is confirmed by the cards too. And it's hard to talk about because this thing we're talking about has no words yet. You're going to put words to them, to whatever this is, to your fortune, to your future. You're going to manifest it. You're going to create it. You're going to define it. Okay, but first you need to find it. You need to allow life to so-called slip through the cracks. And this isn't meant to say just totally abandon all your responsibilities and all the things that are important, but it's like when you feel that pull, trust that there's a reason there. When you feel like things are even heavy, like you're descending, trust that you're going somewhere. And then I heard what you want from yourself, you already have. Okay, so I asked Spirit, what is this when life slips through the cracks? You will find as like, what is the crack? You know, what is the collective going to find? And I got the card water. And then boom, it's like my brain just opened up. It felt like a channel just opened up in my brain. And I saw the Mariana Trench, which is the deepest part of the ocean. And I saw an octopus. And it felt like that crack Spirit is talking about is like that trench in the ocean. Now, the ocean can represent the unconscious mind, which then came out after as one of the cards that is challenging you with this beautiful card that signifies a phenomenon of creativity that has no words. Literally, that's what it says in the book. Okay. So a lot of synchronicities here, which you're probably experiencing too. But it feels like you are this octopus and you're slipping through this crack in the floor of the ocean where you thought there was nowhere else to go. You've reached the bottom of the ocean where all the mysteries are, and you've seen all there is to see, all the treasures. But there's a little bit further that you can go, and you are going to go there because you can go there. So then I Googled, like, okay, octopus, Mariana Trench, and there is one. There is a special octopus that can descend 13,000 feet, which I thought was another synchronicity because this is 13 Moon Tarot. And this octopus has the name of Dumbo octopus, and this is because its fins look, and it has fins, which is interesting, look like Dumbo's ears, the elephant. So there could be something about clairaudience, or that you're moving and navigating through this difficult time, or through the world, or through emotions that feel kind of nebulous. You're moving through them by listening to Spirit, by listening to your higher self. I also feel like you can listen to those above the surface who are hearing fishing for you or looking for you. Okay, maybe they even have something dangling on a fishing wire, some bait of some sort, hoping to catch you. But this octopus, Dumbo octopus, I'm going to put a link in the comment section below of a video of it because it's pretty magical. This octopus. I found some facts on it, and these are definitely messages for you. Okay, so these are metaphors. It says Dumbo octopuses have adapted to the extreme pressure and darkness of the deep sea, including specialized behaviors. It said for procreation, but we're just going to put creation in the challenging deep sea. So you have adapted to some situation where there's a lot of pressure around you, where you're kind of forced to dive deep. But it's like Spirit's reminding you that you do very well in this energy, in this situation, in this depth. Okay, it's a place where you can create things that have yet to be created from your unconscious mind, from Spirit, from your higher self. And you've learned specific skills, or maybe you've honed in on special abilities and talents to create things in an environment where other people cannot create. Then I also read that the octopus, the female octopus, holds on to her eggs, which I took again as a metaphor for your creation, your incipient creations, in different stages of their development until the environmental conditions are most favorable for producing the offspring. So I feel like here Spirit is saying you have multiple things on the go right now, and they're in different stages. This could be your love life, your career, your spiritual development, or maybe these are actual little projects you have, things you're doing. I'm hearing readings you're doing if you're a tarot reader. Okay, so you have these. Yeah, okay, that's interesting. This is for someone specific. It's like you feel like you're doing one reading and then another reading, but they're actually all kind of getting ready simultaneously, and that your experience of doing one reading, posting it, and then another reading and posting it is kind of like an illusion of time, because you're actually doing all the readings all at once. They're all getting ready for the perfect time. I don't know if that makes sense, but that's what I was getting. Probably for me too. Okay. So yeah, so regardless of what you do and who you are, you have these moments of creation and creativity that haven't fully been birthed, been developed quite yet. They're in different stages of development, and it's like your spirit is just waiting for the right time, the right environment for them to be born, for them to be released into the world. So don't get hard up on yourself if something hasn't happened soon enough or quick enough, or if something's still in the beginning stages and you can't seem to get to the next part of it. It's just waiting for the right time, the right environment. And you have other projects or other things in your life that are moving at a different pace. Okay? And then I got a message about, because you're so far down in the depths of the ocean, people do have a hard time finding you, even if they're looking for you. So this could be, they could have a hard time reaching you energetically or telepathically, psychically, or maybe just they have a hard time emailing you, calling you, you don't get back. I don't know. But people have a hard time reaching you. And this is kind of a form of protection for you, okay? And I also got that no one can tell you what to do. And you should remember this because it's a characteristic of your safety, that no one can tell you what to do. You can invite people into your life who then might tell you what to do, and you can choose to listen to them or not. But at a core, fundamental soul essence level, no one can tell you what to do. Okay, so the energy that came out for your support, we have transformation, and I just saw intuition at the bottom of the deck, and now I'm also seeing silence. There is something about this Dumbo octopus that you're embodying right now, and maybe you have a connection with elephants too, and that's why it's coming through. I don't know, but like Dumbo the elephant, and I can't remember the story, but I bet it's significant to this message. If you feel called to write about it in the comments, feel free, because I can't remember the story. But Spirit is saying there's something about your silence, because this octopus is pretty ethereal looking, and it's like moving in the dark, deep ocean in silence, you know, kind of solitary. So the moves you're making them in silence. And also when somebody is trying to reach you, it's not that they can't hear you, but you can be unheard if you want to, if you choose to. So maybe you've silenced someone or something in your life. It's interesting, silence too, because of these ears, these Dumbo ears. Well, they're fins on the octopus, but which is interesting. I said that. Okay, so there's something here about maybe you being able to hear when it's silent for others. I'm also getting something about the greatest mysteries have an air of silence around them. And this goes back to the words that can't be said, the future/fortune untold. Something has yet to be said. There hasn't been words been put to something. It remains silent. Okay. So then we also have transformation and intuition. So there's something transforming about your intuitive skills and your capabilities. I'm kind of stuck on the silence part though, because I think there's something more there, Spirit, that, well, of course there is. What is this? The silence. Plants. Silence. How do you respond to silence? Silence from other people, or just silence in general when there's no noise, there's no sound. Maybe you're in meditation. When you sleep, do you need it to be absolutely silent, or do you have a noise machine going? There's something here about your intuition and silence that is significant. I feel like your intuition is heightened when there is silence. Perhaps this is when you actually hear something. Some of you might actually hear energy. Oh, I don't know how this happens. I have no idea. Okay. But like what I'm getting is like, it's absolutely silent and you begin to hear something like a rhythm or a pattern. And it might feel like a kind of like, a hallucination, an auditory hallucination of some sort where, you know, when it's completely quiet and you're like really focusing in on the silence, you begin to kind of hear the static or you hear some noise. This is something that might start happening for someone. You're going to hear something here when it's absolutely silent. Why plants? Why plants? What's this card that's turned over here? Structure. And when the plants came out, I was seeing plants like moving to sound. It's like, I don't know if plants actually do this, but probably they respond to different noises, music maybe. Maybe they grow with different music. And then structure, it came out, and they both came out in reverse. It feels like perhaps there's a sound that where something can't grow. Didn't we have a reading about that recently? That there was this low-level hum, this sound, and it's stopping something from growing? Okay, let's get into the reading and see what else we get. I don't know exactly what that's getting to. The plants. We'll see if it comes through some more. Nine of Swords. Okay, I need to clarify plants because I'm not getting it. Well, let's have a look in the book then. Oh, I opened right on it. Okay. The botanical world is a fascinating and integral part of our existence on the planet. From the smallest bacteria to the giant sequoia tree, the plant kingdom maintains a quiet and ancient intelligence. I wrote down creative intelligence for you here. Maybe it's creative ancient intelligence you have. Okay. On which humans rely. Yeah, okay, so there's a quiet, ancient intelligence. Having trouble speaking. And it's like the words aren't fully, I'm not fully enunciating, announcing, I was going to say, enunciating the words. There's something really weird about words and language and silence and something not being told yet. Okay, let's start that again. Okay, a quiet and ancient intelligence on which humans rely. So I feel like this is something that you're tapping into. And the silence helps you hear this quiet and ancient intelligence. Utilizing the healing properties of these powerful allies through tending a garden. Oh, that's so funny. Keeping potted plants in your home or using them for medicinal purposes can be useful. I'm laughing about the garden because I was thinking about that Beatles song, The Octopus's Garden. And it goes like, under the sea, I'd like to be in an octopus's garden. I think it's with you. And I think in that song, they do talk about being safe and protected under the sea. Okay, so there's some quietness. So we have the Nine of Swords for your overall energy. Let's get all the cards out and see what's rocking here. That's what I heard. What's rocking? What's rocking? Maybe rocking in the ocean? Okay. Some of you are trying too hard. And I kind of posted about this on my community tab on about, how I get caught in this trying paradigm myself, but Spirit is saying with the Seeker card being in the challenge position, you might be trying to hear Spirit too hard, okay? And there's something about the new moon. Surrendering control over your process, over your creative process, over your spiritual process to the natural world, to the cycles, to the flux and the flow of the energy. It's something that used to happen to you a lot in terms of creativity or spirituality, and this could be something very specific, is going to return. It hasn't gone anywhere. The energy is just in motion right now. The Tower in reverse. Yeah. And you're safe and you're protected under the sea. And perhaps it's above sea level where everything is noisy and chaotic. The unconscious. Creativity rising from the unconscious. But actually, it doesn't feel like it's rising. That's the thing. It feels like you're going into the trench. You're slipping through the cracks to find this creativity. But it's hard because it's unformed or it's ancient. It doesn't have words to it. It's a different kind of intuition. Your intuition is transforming. And I feel like this might give you some pause or anxiety, or you overthink what's happening. Why isn't this thing happening the way I planned? Or what does this all mean? I don't get it. That kind of thing. What you don't see coming is the Knight of Pentacles. This might carry on for some time, this feeling. And your opportunity is to kind of be neutral to the experience. Just like the octopus floating, swimming, floating, going with the current, the deep currents, just gliding along with the movement rather than trying to push against anything. I don't know, there's something with the Four of Cups for your opportunity. This is to stop trying to make something happen and just embrace the pause, embrace the descent, and nurture this moment in which your intuition is transforming and you're going deeper than you've ever gone before. Some of you are going to get answers that you've been looking for a long time, and they've been down there, planted, these answers, but you've been trying to navigate your way to these answers through a very particular structure, a very particular pattern of thinking that you're used to, or, investigation that you do to get answers. But this structure doesn't work down there in the depths of the ocean. Okay, so trying to work within that structure is a point of departure from your spiritual path. Okay, that's what I'm getting. So the challenge, the seeker, seek in the water, not on the land. Okay, and the moon and the water are connected is what I'm getting. Okay, so cycles of the moon might be significant for you, as above, so below. But there's an invitation from Spirit to embrace this fluid, formless, creative, intuitive energy that you hold, and to be adaptable to the current and the way that it's moving through you, around you, and with you. You have a creative intelligence, and you will adapt as soon as you surrender and release the need to make something happen in the time that you think it should happen. Okay, because like this factoid was saying, the Dumbo octopus, which I also came across, it was called the ghost octopus. So maybe that's an interesting way for you to think about it, because it is ethereal, right? It's not fully formed. So this ghost octopus holds on to the eggs in different stages of development until the environmental conditions are most favorable for producing offspring. So your golden eggs, your wisdom, your creative jewels, they're there. But I'm hearing we are waiting for the right time and the right place to release them into the universe, which is you. Okay, so your advice is the Six of Cups in reverse. Yeah, old forms of thinking, structures, patterns of thought, behaviors, ways of doing things. I'm hearing bullet journaling. I don't know, the old regimen that you had to get things done or to make sense of the world that is not going to serve you in this particular arena in which your intuition is transforming. And something that has yet to be in our world is coming to be through you. And it's like Spirit wants to emphasize that you cannot do things the old way, because that's how they find you. That's how the other energies find you. I don't know what that means exactly, but it feels like you start going with the flow and doing things without positive reinforcement. Yeah, Six of Wands, positive reinforcement, which is victory from the outside world. If you releasing that, surrendering that, they can't find you because you unhook yourself from an old way of being, an old fishing line that you used to get caught on all the time. Okay, so the outcome for the next 3 months, or whenever, I'll just keep this one open, is the Nine of Pentacles. This is safety, protection, freedom, individuality, independence, independent thinking, original thought form, taking care of yourself. Nobody can tell you what to do when you're in the Nine of Pentacles energy. You've earned something here through hard work. This is a beautiful card to receive at the end of this reading. It's showing me something grounded, stable, and secure that comes to fruition. Maybe these are all your eggs, right? And they find a time and a place to grow and to come into being at the right time and place. Tell me, Spirit, what is this? Next 3 months. Reincarnation. Wow. Fertility. Yeah. Okay. Maybe this is a literal message for someone. Reincarnation. Yeah. But it's like something that you thought maybe you didn't have access to is coming back again. But it's coming, like this could be some kind of intuitive ability you had or creative skill. Maybe you found like recently you can't paint or draw or sing or type, or I don't know what type, play guitar or whatever, attract mates. Like something you could do easily before has fallen by the wayside, and Spirit's saying, no, it's coming back, but it's coming back through like a different channel, through a new form. Your psychic abilities, perhaps. Okay, it's coming in a different way because it needs to adapt to the current changes. So don't hold on to anything or any particular way of doing anything, because that belongs to an old system. It's reincarnating. And then we have blocked and balance. Hold on. Something was hanging in the balance. I don't know, maybe a project that you left hanging, or there was lack of closure with something. Something was caught hanging in the balance, and it was being blocked in some way. Okay, what do you want to say about that? Seven of Cups. Yeah, there's confusion around this, perhaps even illusion. What should I do about this thing that's still hanging in the balance? I don't know why it's still here, what this means. There's something about it being blocked, unable to be resolved. Okay, and is it going to get resolved? I feel like, is it? Well, let's see. The Hangman, the Wheel of Fortune. Yeah, look, what was stuck, what was hanging, literally hanging in the balance. I mean, come on. What that was, it's changing. Queen of Cups and the Empress. This is an evolution of creative energy. Both the Queen of Cups and the Empress signify creativity and intuition. Oh, look, you're holding this egg here in your wand. This crystalline egg. That's what I'm getting. Whatever it is, you're holding it now. See, look, before you were holding it in your hand. What do I do with this? It's hanging in the balance. Like, I don't know. What is the point of all this? It's in my hand. Yeah, okay. Now what? Who do I give this to? Who gave it to me? Yada, yada. But now, once the wheel turns, and this is like the current in the ocean, once the energy it's moving, right? It becomes clear to you. You look back at your past self and you say, oh, I know what that egg was for. I totally get it. I totally know what I was doing there or what needs to be done. And I'm going to hold that creative wisdom confidently and highly in the air. This is amazing. And I don't know how it's playing out for you, but there's a clear resolution to something that's been bothering you for a while here with the Hangman. I'm hearing 9, maybe 9 months, 9 weeks, 9 years. I don't know. 1990. I don't know. 1990. Maybe that's a particular year. Doesn't have to be that. But or 9 is the cycle. The Hermit card of something you've been working through. It's being resolved. Some block that was hanging in the balance is being removed because you let go of a certain way of viewing something and looking at something or doing something in a certain way. And you descend, you let something slip through the cracks in not a negative way, okay? It's like reframe that phrase for yourself, because look at it as the Mariana Trench and you as this little octopus going down and discovering something that is wholly new to you. And maybe it is wholly in more than one ways. There's a holistic sense of self emerging from it with the 9 of Pentacles. Maybe there's a spiritual element to it. You feel connected back to center. You feel more in balance. Okay, that's what I have for you. I hope that helped. I love you so much. I'll see you next time.